across the face as he was cutting through there and still blinking his eye. Turnover into the hands of Clark. Here's Moff all the way for two.
You ever notice that? You know, somebody's a little bit banged up, limping up the floor maybe, and the ball gets in their hands, and all of a sudden they feel great.
Yeah. That ball has magical curing powers.
It really does, doesn't it?
Clark passed one man, but not the other. Williams came over for the help defense, emphatically takes it away.
That was an impressive play by Williams. It looked like Clark was either going to score or get fouled.
And there's Bailey again, and he had a little bit of something to say to the Citadel bench after that last one, and he may have earned that. He's 4 for 5 from three-point range. He has 12 of the team's 14 so far in this game.
The ancient Greeks had 4 words for love. The most admirable is called agape, love as an action. For 175 years, New York Life has been helping people act on their love. So they can look back or look ahead and say, we got it right. We did good.
What is your name?
Stanton Carlisle.
Oh, you're trouble, ain't you?
Nightmare Alley is nominated for 8 Critics' Choice Awards, including Best Director Guillermo del Toro.
You don't fool people, Stan.
And Best Picture of the Year.
They fool themselves.
Nightmare Alley. Rated R. Only in theaters Friday.
This is your home. This is your family room / gym. The guest bedroom / music studio. The daybed / dog bed. The living room / yoga shanty / regional office.
How did you guys do it?
/ classroom. And this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app.
The College Football Playoffs Semifinals, Friday, December 31st on ESPN.
We were talking about the Cobb Dill and Hammett Classic coming up next week. That's Monday and Tuesday. A couple of local teams will be in action. The Citadel hosting all of the games. Charleston Southern will also be here. And those two teams will each have a chance to play South Carolina State and Manhattan. Game times at 5 and 7:30 each night, as you see there.
Yeah, that should be a nice competitive 2 days. The Citadel and South Carolina State have already played an overtime game this year, so really looking forward to that early next week.
Rudy Fitzgibbons checked in during the last timeout. He misses his first shot. It is rare to have a home-and-home with a non-conference opponent, but just the way it's worked out on the calendar, so should be fun, especially after that first one was so competitive. Three-point attempt is missed there by Marte Simbly. Fitzgibbons tries again, and it's rebounded by Trayshawn Wright. So both teams bringing in some subs during the last timeout, some fresh bodies out there about midway through the first half.
That's not a bad look for Rudy Fitzgibbons, but that's tough when you just came into the game with a dead ball. You're ice cold and pull up in transition. It was straight on, but a little bit strong.
Myron Williams staying in there, one of the starters for the Knights. He misses his three-point attempt. Brown drives and scores.
Look easy, but that's an incredibly tough shot without using the backboard. To drive left, fade away as a right-handed shooter, and just crawl it over the front of the rim. Just soft touch on display from the powerful Hayden Brown.
This is Bailey. He has 12 of the team's 14. He gives it up. Now Xavier McFadden. Brown crashing the glass, can't come up with it. Clark blocks the putback effort of Williams. Davis pokes it all the way into the backcourt. So it stays with St. Andrews, but the Knights will have to go the length of the floor with 10 on the shot clock.
You mentioned Xavier McFadden, guy who comes off the bench for St. Andrews, but in their last game against Union College, he led the team with 20 points in 20 minutes. So that means that's a guy who's not afraid to get some shots up, especially when he's feeling it.
Here come the Knights. Sembley needs to hurry. Behind the back, trying to move past Fitzgibbons. Instead, Fitzgibbons takes it away cleanly. Now finds Brown trailing on the play, and he slams it through.
Now, good hustle by Jamon Bailey that even forced Fitzgibbons to drop it off, and Hayden Brown was the recipient, and he'll take that every time, emphatically putting it home.
Tough shot for McFadden. Sembley, second chance points for him. Bulldogs setting up here. Now Roach comes open on the wing, dumps it in. Owen Spencer with his back to the basket, now spins the other way, misses off the window. Williams with the rebound, and it's kept in along the far side by McFadden.
Well, St. Andrews doing a good job of hanging around here in the first half. Got off to a slow start. It was 8-0 in the Citadel's favor, but they've been going shot for shot here over the last couple of minutes, especially because of that guy, Jamon Bailey.
McFadden, 5 to shoot. Off a screen, pulls up at the foul line and connects.
Oh, that just looked like a little bit of a miscommunication in the pick and roll coverage. Hayden Brown was there with 3 on the shot clock, and then he recovered to his man. And after the hard hedge, nobody stayed with the shooter, and that's a tough situation that late in the clock. The guy with the ball is most important at that point. Oh, really at any point.
Yeah.
Safe to say.
But especially important at that point.
The guy with the ball, though, usually matters.
He's the only one that can score.
That's true.
Typically speaking. Here's Davis for 3. That's pulled down by Wright. Foul by Fitzgibbons.
First one for the Citadel. We've had 2 fouls
That's
so
right.
far in this game.
Yes, it's been a very clean game from that perspective. Only 7 combined turnovers for the 2 teams. Up and down action, and it all leads to a Bulldogs 9-point lead in this game presented by Pepsi.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
The race is long, and you're still running. You have goals to reach, dreams to chase, and games to play. If arthritis, torn tendons, twists, or strains threaten to stand in your way, don't delay. Trust the orthopedic experts at Roper St. Francis Healthcare. We offer same-day appointments, online scheduling, and more than a dozen close-to-home locations. Visit rsfh.com/ortho now.
They say it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. The heart that beats inside these warriors is a heart that beats as one and is stronger than anything you can throw at us. You want to battle with the Bulldogs. Bring it on. Ingalls, proud sponsor of the Citadel Bulldogs.
Home is important. It's where we feel most comfortable, at ease. Our home, like yours, is here on the Carolina coast. We work here, we raise our families, we support our neighbors, and embrace what makes us unique. Our roots are firmly planted here, and we're passionate about helping our communities grow. We provide common sense financial solutions tailor-made for life on the Carolina coast. Tailor-made for you.
You fired up the grill for
St. Andrews with the ball out of the timeout, trailing by 9. McFadden working with less than 10 to shoot. Off the mark. Rebound for Spencer.
Well, it feels like the whole game, St. Andrews has been trying to do something with less than 10 to shoot. The Citadel has done a good job, even with a kind of a half-court press, three-quarter court press, of not letting St. Andrews get down the court in a hurry.
Fitzgibbons Rebound for Williams. Look at St. Andrews so far tonight. Jamon Bailey, he had 12 of the team's first 14, all of them from behind the arc, and a couple of them not easy. The one shot I am still not sure how he got that online, let alone in the hoop, but online with the hoop, with where he was on the floor and how he was leaning from behind the three-point line. But it all worked, and now someone else has a three-pointer for the Knights. Isaac Clay adds his name to the tally.
We talked about him a little bit pregame, a returning second-team all-conference player, and their leading scorer. That's his first bucket, just 1 of 6 now.
Offensive rebound for Spencer on the Moff miss, and he's fouled going back up.
We may have our first free throws of the game, and we will. It's been a well-played basketball game. I think from the Citadel's perspective, they can't be thrilled about the last few minutes here. St. Andrews chipping away at what was once a double-digit lead, getting it down to 6, but a lot of jump shots, and as a result, not many fouls.
Spencer with only 1 free throw attempt all season prior to that try. He's now 1 for 2 on the year. And 1 more on the way. Sophomore off the mark. Trayshawn Wright with a rebound. The Knights hanging around just down by 7. They've done a good job controlling the tempo, to your point, Jason, about the low shot clocks on a frequent basis. Tough pass there, finds its way through. McFadden with the assist to Wright.
That was a tough pass, a pocket pass between a couple of defenders, but also a really impressive finish by Trayshawn Wright over the much bigger Stephen Clark.
Three-pointer strong from David Maynard. The Colgate transfer misses his first shot. Now the Knights have a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game.
Now this is a big 5 minutes here to end the half.
Boy, if that had gone down, the Knights would have had a whole bunch of energy on its side. But McFadden's attempt off the back iron. Foul in the post. Assembly outmatched there. 6'1", trying to guard Clark, and he takes the foul. Now Spencer will check out. Hayden Brown returns to the floor. A little bit more than 5 minutes remaining in the half. Moff lobs it into Brown, and coming over from behind, Simbly jars it loose. McFadden takes it the rest of the way, and the Knights are within 3.
Good defense to knock it away, and it leads to an easy bucket on the other end.
Hayden Brown, 1,000 career points, and he'll immediately have a chance for 1,001 as he finishes with the foul.
That feels like an appropriate way to achieve such a milestone with an and one, something he's done so many times throughout his career.
Right past the initial defender, taking the contact and still finishing strong. 36 players in the Citadel history with 1,000 career points. Hayden Brown, the most recent, to add his name to the list. Free throw rattles out for him. Keeps it a 5-point difference. Clark got a piece of the first try by Clay, but Clay stays with it, finds Williams, and St. Andrews pulls back within 3. Here's Brown again. A runner is good.
We've talked about that throughout the early portion of this season, but that is the hardest thing, I think, mentally in playing the Citadel is you score and you tend to relax automatically for a minute, and already the Citadel's back putting a shot up, and this time it was Hayden Brown.
Step back 3 for McFadden. Moff with the easy rebound and plenty of space to navigate here. Pulls up, mid-range, good.
Now that's exactly what Tyler Moff is looking for. He's displayed an incredible ability to pull up at the elbow or just inside or outside of that spot on the floor and knock it down with consistency. And that you'll hear about it all the time, the dying art of the mid-range shot, but Tyler Moff lives there.
Clark had that left arm angled forward and called for a foul on the Williams shot. Williams at the line when we return. 3:40 remaining in the first half of this game, presented by
Welcome.
Someday, you'll catch the perfect wave.
With an average of $550 worth of benefits to enjoy during your stay at fine hotels and resorts properties, Sunday can be any day you want. One of the many reasons you're with Amex Platinum.
Vivid Seats, your ticket to soul-raising, heart-racing, 100 beats per minute. What are we wearing? Once-in-a-lifetime memories in the making, bumps like a goose brisket for tailgating, reach for the universe, rapid breathing, can't catch my breath, top of lungs singing. This is it. The moment is now. Can you believe it? Wow. Get your tickets at Vivid Seats. Life happens live.
The all-new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. Unwrap our lowest price at the year-end sales event. Get thunderstruck.
Here's Hayden Brown driving to the basket and finishing with the contact a moment ago. He's already scored since then, so continuing to add to the tally and climbing. There's only 8 players who have 1,000 points and 600 rebounds in their career. He'll continue to climb the charts in those two categories combined, but already an elite company in the 1,500 club, Jason.
No doubt, and you talk about reaching 600 rebounds, 70 away, feels like a very reachable goal. I think his rebounding numbers per game are a little bit down from last year, and there's a number of different reasons for that. But I think ideally if he doesn't get rebounds, you would hope it's because you're making shots.
Yeah. Well, he already has 5 rebounds, 4 assists to go along with his 12 points today. He's a perfect 6 for 6 from the floor. But with a full conference season still ahead, as long as he stays healthy, one would think he would certainly have a great chance of reaching 600 rebounds and certainly adding many more points to the total as well. This time a post-entry pass intended for him is poked away, but a low bounce pass skips off of Clay and out of bounds.
One factor there was the low bounce pass. The other, I think, was hearing the footsteps of Stephen Clark, who's the premier shot blocker and one of the premier shot blockers in the conference, trailing Isaac Clay and waiting for a chance to knock that off the backboard.
Clark with 5 blocks last time out against NC Central. 4th time in his career he's reached that mark. Hayden Brown up to 14 points and still perfect on 7 attempts from the floor.
We talked about the last game. Hayden Brown led the way with 32 points, moving him up to a tie for the leading scorer in the SoCon. But you didn't think maybe you would need that much from him today, but the longer St. Andrews hangs around, the more you need Hayden Brown on the floor.
Hayden Brown, the SoCon Player of the Month in November, even though he was never the SoCon Player of the Week. And to me, that speaks a little bit to consistency. Never had a performance that jumped off the sheet compared to others in the league for a single week, but just by virtue of his performances, including a couple of ACC opponents, had the great game against Duke. All of that added up to being the best player in the league for the entire month of November.
I have a feeling that Duke club you mentioned will probably be pretty decent.
You think they'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that your professional opinion?
Yeah. Well,
I think this guy will be all right, too. He's 8 for 8 now.
Yeah, we were talking earlier a little bit about the net rankings, the evaluation tool for the NCAA. I think I'm going to debut the JET rankings, Jason's evaluation tool.
Wow.
Yeah. It means nothing, but it has a cool name.
I was about to say, but it has an acronym, and that's really all you need.
But we were talking about as St. Andrews heads to the line right now, and again, the net rankings and any of those analytics type rankings which replace the RPI are really not entirely useful at this point in the season. But just looking at right now where the Citadel sits, ahead of some big names, Georgia Tech, and the name that jumped out to us when we were kind of joking about it earlier, Notre Dame, who of course beat Kentucky this year. So it's been an impressive start to the year, both on the court, I think, in watching the team and the way they show up right now in some of those rankings early on. And again, they don't mean anything right now, and the Citadel likely going to have to win the SoCon tournament if you want to make it to the big dance, but not a bad place to be at the beginning of the year.
Not bad at all, including that win over Pitt. That was the first win for the program over a Power 5 opponent since 1989. First win over an ACC school since 1979. Tyler Moff with a 3-ball, his first of the day. The Bulldogs are leading by double digits despite what, for their standards, is a very cold night from behind the arc. Even with that make, 26% three-point shooting so far. But the Bulldogs up to an 11-point advantage. Cutting right into it is Myron Williams.
And just a moment ago, it was a 4-point game, and then Hayden Brown had a couple of nice buckets inside, and the 3 that Moff just knocked down helped stretch it out a little bit.
Roach into Brown. Skip pass deflected. It ends up with Clark. Now Roach for 3. All's well that ends well. Jason Roach with his 4th triple of the game. He's up to 12.
Oh, the guys who started out really hot from behind the arc guarding one another, Roach and then Bailey for St. Andrews, haven't gotten as many looks here of late. The defense has kind of been focused in on them, but that time Roach got free and made St. Andrews pay.
Davis bounces into Brown, drops baseline, has it knocked out of his hands. Final minute of the opening half.
You know, in Jason's evaluation tool, the Jet rankings,
yes,
you are among the top 10 SoCon broadcasters in those rankings.
Oh, my goodness.
No, there are only 10.
Yeah, Roach.
But you're in there.
Misses the 3. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I'll try to work my way up. Brown misses, and St. Andrews has the ball. 5-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Am I allowed to know what the metrics are so I can work on specific things, or
well,
is it just arbitrary?
Right now it's a lot of last year factored in, and then as we approach conference play, I mean, there's a little bit more of a head-to-head comparison kind of thing going on. But, you know, I like to keep those a little bit secretive because if I give it away, then, you know, it's out there.
Yeah.
Everybody has the Jet rankings. And
yeah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
You want to keep the formula all to yourself, kind of like that famous soda company. I can't say the name. Don't laugh at me. I can't say the name.
Yeah, I understand, and that's why
don't
it
you
was
say
funny.
the name
and
either.
Why,
if you say the name, you're
going
to go way down the Jet rankings.
No.
I can assure you of that.
No.
All right.
That's why I was laughing, Kyle.
Okay.
You put yourself in a corner there.
Adaptability. I think that should be one of the key metrics in the Jet rankings. Here's Moff. In and out. And that's how the first half comes to a close. So in this game presented by Pepsi, the Citadel leads 44-32 over St. Andrews. Halftime coverage coming up in this game presented by Pepsi.
Discover card. I just got my cashback match. Is this for real?
Yep. We match all the cashback new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Woo, I got my money.
It's hard to contain yourself, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Well, let it go. Woo.
Get a $1 match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
Meet Tempo, the home gym with a built-in personal trainer. Tempo helps you maximize every workout with custom plans and real-time feedback on your form. Powered by 3D Vision, Tempo is the interactive technology that trains you. With thousands of workouts, including strength training to cardio, yoga, boxing, and more. Get ready to discover what you're truly capable of. Tempo. Find your strength.
Whoa. Every week, millions of fantasy football players need to be confident they're making the right decision.
What's up with CeeDee Lamb?
How does ESPN help them make smarter trades and set the right lineup?
Does this look bad?
I don't know, I'm not that kind of doctor.
IBM Watson. By analyzing everything from player stats to expert opinions, Watson cuts through the noise to deliver game-changing insights.
Boomer Bust says CeeDee Lamb is going to boom.
To keep ESPN at the top of the fantasy sports world.
He's good.
What can Watson do for your business?
At BK, the Italian original chicken is back and in the 2 for $6. Thanks to Pete Newbacher. Crispy chicken, marinara sauce, and melty mozzarella. Because of him. For Pete's sake, the Italian original chicken sandwich is back in the 2 for $6. Pete's way better.
The new GMC Sierra with hands-free driving.
offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class. Yeah, it rocks.
On December 21st, bring Bond home.
So you're not dead.
Hello, Q. I've missed you. It's the must-own film event of the year.
This is it.
IGN calls it the best Bond we've ever had. Every mission has led to this. No Time to Die on Blu-ray and DVD.
Halftime entertainment here inside McAllister Fieldhouse. The Citadel providing plenty of entertainment in the first half, 44-32, leading St. Andrews by 12. Along with Jason Kemp, I'm Kyle West. Glad you're joining us. I hope you were taking notes there, Jason. I think we're expected to have that routine down pat for the Cobb, Dill, and Hammett Classic for our halftime show.
I was going to say before we got to the stats that was a similar dance you did when you found in your dinner a triple chocolate chip cookie tonight instead of an oatmeal raisin. So
that's true.
I've seen a lot of dance moves this evening.
That's a great point. These are our halftime stats presented by Roper St. Francis. And we mentioned the three-point shooting for the Bulldogs, well below the season standard, and yet, as a team, still shooting better than 50% overall.
Yeah, it's been an up-and-down half. I think offensively, which is what most of these numbers are displaying, it's been okay for the Citadel. They're on pace to score 88, 90 points, something like that. But defensively, there were some breakdowns. Now, part of it was St. Andrews hitting tough shots late in the shot clock, but also there were too many easy buckets for St. Andrews and open looks for Jamon Bailey early in the game when he got it going. I think the biggest number for the Citadel, and ironically it's the difference in the game, is points in the paint. The Citadel has doubled up St. Andrews, as you would expect, 24-12 in the paint, and they're up by 12 at the half.
And those points in the paint all part of an impressive 14 for 18 from two-point range. So two-point shooting treating the Bulldogs just fine. That's 78% from inside the arc. Those are the halftime stats presented by Roper St. Francis. Bulldogs in front by 12. Our halftime coverage continues in just a moment in this game presented by Pepsi.
Discover card. I just got my cashback match. Is this for real?
Yep. We match all the cashback new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Woo, I got my money.
It's hard to contain yourself, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Let it go. Woo.
Get a $1 match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
The holidays are in full swing, and you can feel the magic in the air.
Especially at T-Mobile.
Let's go to Diane.
Can you tell us what's happening?
Yeah, I got the awesome new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, and T-Mobile's paying for them both. Oh, and I get a free year of Apple TV Plus.
Upgrade to the iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, both on us, only at T-Mobile.
And this is for new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers, like me. Back to you.
Hey.
Hello?
We're going to T-Mobile.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face, as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their gifts. This Christmas, wrap it in red at Ace and get free assembly and delivery on grills.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hi, my name is Jasmine, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Chicken Club is the wonderfully marinated and juicy chicken breast. The marinade actually reminds me of my mother's cooking. You know, marinades, usually they take time, and you can tell that it was put together with love.
My name is Meredith, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is the oven-toasted, cheesy top layer. If home had a flavor, it would be Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese. I'm passionate about it.
This is your home. This is your family room / gym. The guest bedroom / music studio. The daybed / dog bed. The living room / yoga shanty / regional office.
How did you guys do it?
/ classroom. And this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app. This is your home. This is your family room / gym. The guest bedroom / music studio. The daybed / dog bed. The living room / yoga shanty / regional office
How did you guys do it?
/ classroom. And this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app.
A mountain of toys to fulfill many wishes must be carried across all roads and all bridges.
It's not magic that makes more holiday deliveries to homes in the U.S. than anyone else. It's the hardworking people of the United States Postal Service.
Halftime here inside McAllister Fieldhouse. The Citadel leading by 12, along with Jason Kemp. I'm Kyle West. We looked at the stats earlier in our halftime coverage. We'll put some video behind that, Jason. We'll take a look at some of our first half highlights.
It was a hot start for that guy, Jason Roach, who ended up with a big first half, knocking down 4 triples. These are the first 2 shots of the game, back-to-back possessions, in which he knocked down 3s. And the other guy who got it going from outside the arc for St. Andrews was Jamon Bailey. He ended up with 4 3-pointers in the first half as well. And then we talked about the milestone for Hayden Brown, reaching 1,000 points. He had a huge first half, again, on pace to do what he did the last time we saw him at 16 points at the half. He scored 32 last time out, also 5 rebounds and 5 assists. But St. Andrews hanging around because of plays like this, forcing turnovers and scoring in transition off of those turnovers. It's been a really competitive first half, and I think Duker Baucom in the locker room probably telling his charges, hey, we need to lock in here and really put some distance between ourselves and the Knights.
Yeah, turnovers were minimal for the most part, but you look at 6 turnovers by St. Andrews. The Citadel turned that into 10 points off turnovers. And on the other side, St. Andrews has scored on half of the Citadel's 4 turnovers. So both teams converting well in that front. We mentioned SoCon play is right around the corner. Mercer will be here on December 29th. That will be the conference opener for the Bulldogs. That's a Wednesday night at 7 p.m. As you can see, Mercer in the top half of the preseason poll, while the Citadel has been picked 9th in the preseason standings.
And preseason polls are great. They give you an idea of who's coming back and what people think, but in the end, they're meaningless, right? You've got to get it done on the court. And one injury or, you know, the way COVID has come back here recently in sports, you look at the NFL this weekend, there's teams with 20 to 30 guys who won't be eligible. You never know what's going to happen. And I think we saw last year the Citadel in this arena can be a problem. They can knock off some good teams, and I think between, 2 and 8, I mean, there can be a lot of back and forth and some good battles, and that's one thing. The SoCon annually is going to give you good games on the conference slate every night.
Yeah, it's an exciting conference all throughout, and we're looking forward to it starting December 29th, 13 days away against Mercer. We're also looking forward to the second half, and that's coming up in just a moment right here from McAllister Field.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real?
Yep. We match all the cash back new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Woo, I got my money.
It's hard to contain yourself, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Well, let it go. Woo.
Get a $1 match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
Manners maketh man. Style maketh kingsman. Preparation maketh basketball man. Precision maketh tailor man. Suit maketh...
Hold up. Do you always narrate your fittings?
Narration maketh a good commercial.
Brother, you gotta stop saying maketh.
Meet Tempo, the home gym with a built-in personal trainer. Tempo helps you maximize every workout with custom plans and real-time feedback on your form. Powered by 3D Vision, Tempo is the interactive technology that trains you. With thousands of workouts, including strength training to cardio, yoga, boxing, and more. Get ready to discover what you're truly capable of. Tempo. Find your strength.
Say you're looking for the perfect present. You might try looking at the perfect place. A place with gifts that light up a face as well as a room. Where it's easy to find the brands they'll love and the advice you trust. That place isn't a warehouse store. That place is your local Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their gifts. This Christmas, wrap it in red at Ace and get free assembly and delivery on grills.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Nuggets and mac and cheese? Now you don't have to choose. These crispy, crunchy, juicy Popeyes nuggets get even better with our new oven-baked golden brown crust mac and cheese. Try them together today and earn Popeyes rewards points.
Target makes last-minute gifting easier. Shop with same-day delivery, free order pickup, or free drive-up, and leave with your list wrapped up. Order today, get it today at Target.
Feel the spark in our powerful hybrids.
Money is power. That's why Boost Mobile finds ways to help you keep more of it, to spend on what you really want. Get 3 unlimited data lines for $30 a month each and a free Samsung Galaxy A32 5G when you switch to Boost. How's that for power? Feel the power of keeping more money in your pocket with 3 unlimited lines for $30 a month each on one of America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
Both teams back out on the floor just about a minute and a half until the second half begins. Bulldogs in front by 12 at the moment. Along with Jason Kemp, I'm Kyle West. We took a look at the stats, highlights from the first half of this one, also the SoCon preseason poll. And coming up, the Cobb Dillon Hammett Classic next week. As for the second half of this one, Jason, let's go ahead and revisit our keys to the game presented by Pepsi.
Well, St. Andrews is a team that has been out-rebounded by about 16 boards per game, so they had to just stay competitive, and they've done more than that at the half. One fewer rebound than the Citadel, 21-20. That's kept them competitive in this game. And then the strong start maybe didn't happen. They were down 8-0, but they quickly rebounded and were attached as close as 4 late in the first half. For the Citadel, limit turnovers, that's something they did, only turned it over 4 times in the first half. And then the balanced attack. It's been a lot of Hayden Brown. It was a lot of Jason Roach early, but you do have 6 players who have scored. You've got a couple in double figures, but I think you're still looking for some more contributions from up and down this roster. Owen Spencer got some run in the first half, and the goal here in the second half should be to play good basketball and allow some other players to get in the game because of the comfortable lead that you've built.
We'll see if that happens. Second half is just moments away here. I mentioned the Cobb Dillon Hammett Classic coming up again. Keep this in mind. It's really great. The Citadel is hosting this event. There will be 4 games in 2 days. That's next to Monday and Tuesday. The games are at 5 and 7:30 each evening, and you can see the matchups there. Also keep in mind the Citadel has that very first game, so you don't want to show up to the nightcap and wonder where the heck are the Bulldogs. 5 p.m. Monday, the Citadel will have the first game in the Cobb Dillon Hammett Classic.
And that should be, I know you're from Kansas, but that Manhattan is from New York, Kyle. And
Gotcha.
And it should be a very competitive tournament, if you will, a series of 4 games between teams that have some young talent, have different strengths, I think, which should present some interesting matchups.
Yeah.
And you'll be here, so it's a big draw.
Boy, and you will be too after your world tour of Christmas parades. What have you been on, like 3 or 4 Christmas parades in the last week and a half?
Yeah, I've been to 3 parades.
Okay.
And
not just 2, 3 parades. You've been in 3 parades.
Yeah, well, you got to give the people what they want, Kyle.
Yeah, with your other duties with the minor league baseball team here, the reason, don't worry, Jason is not just randomly inserting himself onto floats and waving to the crowd. He does have a reason to be there. A quick shooting here for both teams to begin. That's a 3-pointer for Williams after Roach hit a 3. And prior to that, Jamon Bailey with a basket. So the team's wasting no time here in the first minute. Coming out of the gates, shooting well, but the Bulldogs still by double digits. And Brown will go to the line to try to add to it.
Yeah, that's some good high-low action on this end. You mentioned the shots going in here early in the second half. And Stephen Clark with a catch at the high post, and Hayden Brown sealed under the basket. I think he's a little bit disappointed he didn't finish through the slight contact there and get himself a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Brown at the line. He's now 1 for 2 tonight. This continues to be one of the few blemishes for his season stats. 60% at the free throw line.
That was the third foul on Trayshawn Wright, who heads to the bench early in the half.
Yeah, only 4 fouls on each team in the first half. 8 total fouls in 20 minutes of basketball, and yet, sure enough, St. Andrews has one player in foul trouble. Battle for the rebound there, bounces around, and eventually pinballs out of play, last touched by the Bulldogs.
The Citadel was zone on the inbound, and now sort of a shifting into a man-to-man. Had a good defensive play to draw the charge by Clark.
Clark taking the charge. Jamon Bailey, that's his first personal. Another one of those hustle plays that makes so much of a difference when they add up through the course of a game. Here's Brown slipping to the basket. Davis lobs it in perfectly for 2.
Oh, Hayden Brown sort of gave the impression and slow played it like he was going to set a screen for the ball handler, and I think he fooled his defender, Alan Taylor, who he's got a quickness advantage against, into thinking he was just going to set a screen, and all of a sudden he slipped to the basket and put his chin on the rim.
Clay allows that to bounce into the backcourt, now brings it across the timeline again. Shot clock at 10. Clay goes to his left against Moff. Moff blocks the shot. Clay retrieves it and scores it just ahead of the buzzer.
Well, that's an impressive play by Isaac Clay. A lot of players would have been defeated at that point knowing the shot clock was running down, but he grabbed it right back from Tyler Moff after the first shot was rejected and knocked it down.
Clark follows with a tip in.
And I think if you looked at the box score and you saw that Isaac Clay only had 5 points at this point in the second half, you'd think St. Andrews is going to have a tough time staying close. So the fact that they've been within 10 or so without him doing much of anything today offensively, an impressive feat for the Knights.
Roach with a steal. Moff misses the close range bucket. Now guarding Clay. Clay steps back to the corner, comes up short. Davis to Clark. Brown trailing, steps into a 3. Back iron into the hands of Moff. Moff all by himself. Brown, offensive glass and a stick back.
No, the one thing you know about Hayden Brown when he shows up at the gym, he's going to work. And if you're going to keep him off the glass, you have to be equal to that challenge and outwork him. And that time he was able to keep that possession alive, a third chance opportunity for the Citadel. And now they've stretched the lead to 15 through that hard work here early in the second half.
This has now become a 7-0 run for the Bulldogs, and that continues. Brown comes up with the ball. Ahead to Roach. Hesitated, and cutting down that gap in the passing lane was Manas Drummond. Moff will check out. Brock Wakefield subs in. Wakefield into the game for the first time today. Typically, will be running point duties. Right now he is in the corner. Roach off of a dribble handoff. Davis elevates and puts it back home.
And now those struggles coming into this game on the glass starting to rear their head for St. Andrews. They were down 1 at the break, and now they're down 5 on the boards.
And a lot of second chance points for the Citadel, adding up in this half. 9-0 run now. St. Andrews has not scored in more than 3.5 minutes. Here's Williams. That brings it into that drought. Davis off the window.
And Davis just has a size and strength advantage at the guard position. 6'3", solidly built. When he lowers his shoulder, not many players for St. Andrews able to stay in front of it.
Another tough shot for Bailey. Found the proper angle to bank it through. Now he picks off a pass intended for Clark.
And Jamal Bailey came in averaging just under 7 points per game. Probably not the guy you had circled on the scouting report, but he's there now.
Certainly is. Fade away for Williams. A tad short. Battle for the loose ball right in front of the St. Andrews bench. And once again, that's Clark battling for it. It goes out of play. It'll be the Citadel's basketball when we return.
Good night.
Hey, I was watching that.
You've seen it like 10 times.
You've seen it 10 times.
I drive the carpool in the morning.
Yeah, we both have to get up early.
Just turn it back on.
Okay.
Sometimes you just have to move. Penske Truck Rental. Free and limited miles on one-way rentals to keep you moving forward.
The Southern Conference celebrates 100 years. Born in the South, raised on innovation, driven by competition, this trailblazing conference has emerged as a national leader on and off the field, marked by notable achievement, motivated by building lifelong leaders. It has been a memorable century. With respect for our legendary past, we move forward with honor, embracing the challenges of the future. The Southern Conference. We're just getting started.
It really touches my heart that individuals at Ingalls treat you like family. They invest their love into you, they invest their business into you, and they give back to communities in rural areas like ours. I don't know exactly where family farmers like mine would be without Ingalls supermarkets.
Holston Gases is proud to announce we are the official gas supplier to the Southern Conference. Since 1921, the Southern Conference has been developing student athletes to produce lifelong leaders and role models. Holston Gases is in or near 7 of the Southern Conference cities and is proud to partner with the Southern Conference to continue the excellence of producing lifelong leaders and role models. Look for the Holston Gases green diamond logo in your area. Holston Gases delivering industrial, medical, propane, and CO2 gases along with welding and safety supplies.
Bulldogs basketball here, along with Jason Kemp from Kyle West. St. Andrews NAIA school here in town out of Laurinburg, North Carolina. That's in the southern part of that state, not all that far from the South Carolina border. Driving in for today's contest. They've kept it within range for a bulk of the first half, but now the Bulldogs with a 9-0 run earlier in the second half, starting to pull away. Hayden Brown adding to that. He has a game-high 23.
Alan Taylor has been in a bit of a mismatch trying to guard Hayden Brown. That time it was the fake handoff, and then dipping the shoulder and getting to the basket once again for Brown.
Brown has reached 30 points in the game 3 times in his career, which is tied for 5th in program history for that many 30-point games. A 3-point attempt for Clay comes up short. Brown had 32 last time out against NC Central for that third 30-point game. Career high is 37. Back to the basket here, working against Taylor one more time. Spins back and falls away, comes up short. Moff waiting for a screen to his left defensively. Gets around it. Brown helping out as well. Drummond cut off along the baseline. Lobs it back out to Williams. Low shot clock. Bailey's had no trouble with that today. This time has to flail to get it to Taylor, however, and the possession comes up empty for the Knights. Wakefield on the move to Clark. In stride to Brown. Just off the mark. Roach sprints down the loose ball. Wakefield lines it up, and that splashes through.
That was a tough spot for St. Andrews. A missed shot, the offensive rebound comes out long, and then it was a scramble to find your man, and nobody found Wakefield, and he made him pay.
Roach commits a foul. His first, only the 5th foul the entire game called on the Citadel. On the flip side of that, though, St. Andrews has only had 6 total fouls in what is now 27 minutes of basketball.
And I'd say it's been a well-officiated game. It's
Yeah.
not like there's a bunch of calls that I think are controversial or haven't been called. It's just been a lot of jump shots and a lot of solid defense inside the arc when those opportunities arise.
This ball poked away by Taylor, ends up in the hands of Moff anyway. And look at what we have done, Jason. We mentioned there have not been a lot of fouls in this game, and now we can almost assuredly expect them to parade right through, just as you've been doing for the past 2 weeks.
Wow. That was good. And you said we, but I believe you did bring up the lack of foul calls.
Okay,
and
fair.
I just added on, which
fair
is
enough,
kind
fair
of
enough.
part of the job description.
I'm glad one of us read the job description. I don't actually know what's in my job description. Here's Moff on a drive out to Roach. Give him another one. Jason Roach, 6 3-pointers today.
And it's so big in today's college basketball, you have to have at least one of those guys that if he can get an open look off of penetration, you feel he's going to knock it down basically every time. And the Citadel had 2 last year, and Caden Rice and Fletcher Abey. None of those guys are on the roster anymore, so the freshman has really stepped in nicely and fit that spot without much of an issue from the get-go in his college career. I guess if you're going to recruit a guy via Zoom, one thing you can see is shooting technique and the ability to light it up from the outside. You can't see some other things when a guy's working out on a tennis court on Zoom, but you can tell what a good stroke looks like.
Yeah. Speaking of, as this ball goes out of play, we'll pick up that thought in just a moment because we have a timeout on the floor. The Citadel on another run, this time an 8-0 run over the last 3:13, now leading by 20.
And Doug.
Superpowers from a spider bite. I could use some help showing the world how Liberty Mutual customizes their car insurance so they only pay for what they need. Did it work? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters December 17th.
The new GMC Sierra now offers the most advanced and luxurious pickup in its class.
At BK, the Italian original chicken is back and in the 2 for $6, thanks to Pete Newbacher. Crispy chicken, marinara sauce, and melty mozzarella. Because of him. For Pete's sake, the Italian original chicken sandwich is back in the 2 for $6. Pete's way better.
Money is power. That's why Boost Mobile finds ways to help you keep more of it, to spend on what you really want. Get 3 unlimited data lines for $30 a month each and a free Samsung Galaxy A32 5G when you switch to Boost. How's that for power? Feel the power of keeping more money in your pocket with 3 unlimited lines for $30 a month each on one of America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
Peter, Peter, Peter. No good deed goes unpunished.
Maybe run it by us next time you break the universe.
Deal.
Rated PG-13, now playing exclusively in movie theaters.
What a wonderful day. All the luck in the world for me. That's the way I do it. Nothing to it. Wonderful day.
Some of the fans having fun here inside McAllister Fieldhouse. The Citadel with a comfortable lead at the moment, approaching the midway point of the second half. Along with Jason Kemp, I'm Kyle West. Glad you're joining us for this one. The Citadel playing its second home game during the stretch of what is 5 home games to close out December, capped off by the conference opener December 29th against Mercer. First chance to look at Brady Spence today. He is subbed in. He comes open on the low block, takes the bounce pass, now hands it off to Jason Roach, and that's a pretty easy way to pick up an assist right out of the gate. Roach 7 for 12 from three-point range, accounting for all 21 of his points.
And the thing I enjoy about watching Jason Roach shoot the basketball is that, he's a freshman. Young guy, hasn't been through this at the college level, but he makes these shots and then acts like he's been doing it his whole life. You can't tell whether he makes it or misses it. Just jog back down the floor and play defense.
Absolutely. 21 points in 25 minutes, and yet he's second on the team because Hayden Brown, who just gave the ball up, has 23 points today. Spence inside, fouled on the shot attempt.
And if you think about what having a consistent shooter the way Jason Roach has shot the ball early this year, when you come to conference play, now you've got a guy in Hayden Brown who automatically is taking a ton of attention from the defense, mainly worried about him driving or scoring in the post. And then you've got a guy on the perimeter who you can run off screens, and he's going to draw a lot of attention to him, having to hard hedge those screens off the ball. And it's kind of, you're trying to shift attention to the paint to stop Hayden Brown and outside the arc to stop Roach. And that's where, teams can put up some big numbers and have sets to take advantage of what's happening there. And that's where the other three players on the floor can find their openings as well.
This is now a 12-0 run in the last 4 minutes for the Citadel. All in all, in this half, the Citadel has outscored St. Andrews 26-12 after opening up the lead a little bit toward the end of the first half. A lob for Taylor. Taylor goes up strong and finishes.
Well, Taylor didn't play in the first half, but he's been out here for a majority of the second half. And a couple of tough trips down the court on this end like that. But on the offensive end, able to get a bucket, chiseling out some space underneath.
Taylor commits the foul, trailing on this Brown drive. Brown, the preseason conference player of the year, surpassed 1,000 points earlier today. His line in total, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Overall this year, averaging 19 points, 8 rebounds a game. Just another strong season after he averaged a double-double for the entire year last year. First player to do that for the Citadel since 1971.
That was a while ago.
That was. That's really good math on your part. Some people would take the current year, subtract the previous year, and come up with a number. You came up with a word or a few words.
If I had been alive the last time it happened, I may have done that. But it was before my time.
Oh, okay. Also good math. That three-pointer is missed by McFadden. Clark bringing it forward. Moff. Too strong. Fitzgibbons pokes it away, keeps it with the Bulldogs. Moff underneath to Spence, and a foul.
Tyler Moff facilitating again. He had Jason Roach all alone in the corner, but took one dribble into the paint and was able to drop it off to Spence for a chance at a three-point play. And again, I think I say this at every sit-at-home game. Tyler Moff, it doesn't feel like he's done a ton. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. It's always that quiet, full stat sheet at the end of the night when you look at his line.
Couple of offensive rebounds for Clark on this trip, and he sets up his fellow postman in Brady Spence.
The sad part about those dunks by Brady Spence is he's usually the guy who celebrates the most on the sideline on other people's dunks.
Yeah.
And he can't show as much enthusiasm for his own. That's frowned upon.
Yeah. Well, it was frowned upon once earlier this year on one of those sideline celebrations, too. There was a technical foul issued to the bench earlier this year at one of the home games for getting a little bit too exuberant over there. Deep three for Bailey off the mark.
It had been a while since he had gotten a shot off.
Yep.
He made the first shot of the second half, and when you're having a night like he had been, 6 for 7 from the field, eventually you're like, I need to get a shot up.
Yep.
And sometimes it gets you out of your offense. And as a head coach, you just kind of got to accept that right now, the game getting away. Your hottest shooter tonight trying to get something going.
Yeah, only a second shot attempt of the half. He was 4 for 5 from three-point range specifically in the first half, and even more specifically, that was in the first 8-minute stretch. Not a lot of attempts for him since then. The Citadel has shut him down. Here's a foul on the way to the basket, and everybody hopefully will get up okay. The player down for the Knights is McFadden, Xavier McFadden, gripping at that right ankle.
I think he
hopefully
stepped
he's
on
okay.
something there on the drive. You could hear him yell as he tried to make his move and bring the ball through. And as you mentioned, the athletic trainer paying attention to that right ankle, but it looked like in that traffic sometimes you step on somebody else's foot and turn it pretty good. And you just hope it felt worse than it actually is in the long run.
Yeah, that's the one thing you don't want to see in this one, especially with the margin as it is now, is anybody having an injury that would have a lasting impact beyond this game. So McFadden is going to be helped off, and again, hopefully he's okay, not necessarily for this game, but just certainly hopefully doesn't have a lasting impact for the Knights and for McFadden. Here's another look at that last play.
And it looked like he just stepped on the foot of Jason Roach, who was the help defender. That's a tough way to pick up a foul. As an official, you feel like you have to call something. The guy went down because of contact, but Roach just kind of sliding over and really wasn't going to be involved in the play in the end, but had his foot stepped on and picks up a foul.
His second, team foul number 3. And now team foul number 4. It's on Brady Spence, his first. St. Andrews with a couple of scoring droughts. All in all, this is a 20-4 run put together by the Bulldogs over the last nearly 7 minutes. Myron Williams has been doing his part, though. He's shot the ball well, especially here in the second half. He's up to 15 points in total now. Spence trying to sling it across to Moff, intercepted by Drummond. 1-on-3, and Drummond still able to get his way to the rim and put it through.
One of 4 players, make that 5 players on the roster from Fayetteville, North Carolina. A lot of local players, as you would expect for St. Andrews, from the Laurinburg, North Carolina area.
Laurinburg, just southwest of Fayetteville. Pretty easy trip to get there. Roach with the basket. His first from inside the arc. Spence is fouled. And that brings us to a timeout on the floor. Bulldogs comfortably in front. 7:50 remaining in this game, presented by Pepsi.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
The race is long, and you're still running. You have goals to reach, dreams to chase, and games to play. If arthritis, torn tendons, twists, or strains threaten to stand in your way, don't delay. Trust the orthopedic experts at Roper St. Francis Healthcare. We offer same-day appointments, online scheduling, and more than a dozen close-to-home locations. Visit rsfh.com/ortho now.
They say it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. The heart that beats inside these warriors is a heart that beats as one and is stronger than anything you can throw at us. You want to battle with the Bulldogs. Bring it on. Ingalls, proud sponsor of the Citadel Bulldogs.
Home is important. It's where we feel most comfortable, at ease. Our home, like yours, is here on the Carolina coast. We work here, we raise our families, we support our neighbors, and embrace what makes us unique. Our roots are firmly planted here, and we're passionate about helping our communities grow. We provide common sense financial solutions tailor-made for life on the Carolina coast. Tailor-made for you.
You fired up the grill for... Oh, seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
Brady Spence at the line. Pair of foul shots for him. First one caroms off. He was 2 for 2 on the season prior to that attempt, Jason.
And that'll hurt the percentage.
Yeah. By a lot? Is that the math you used earlier?
Yeah, but he can get it back to within 25% of where it was right there.
Yeah, he did it. That's also good math on your part. He's
Thank
3
you.
for 4 now on the year.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Along with Jason Kemp, I'm Kyle West. 7:45 remaining here. The Citadel looking to run its record to 6-3. A couple of home games coming up next week for the Bulldogs. Some tough defense here as of late for the Citadel, sparking this run along with the crisp shooting for the Citadel.
I think the most incredible thing when you kind of looking at St. Andrews coming in here, they've already played 12 games.
Yeah.
And 9 of those were conference games. Now, they have a conference with a lot of teams, so it takes a while to get through that schedule. But to have 9 conference games under your belt by Christmas time is pretty impressive. And the other thing that stands out is they don't play again until January 4th after tonight.
St. Andrews will have that big break, being an NAIA school, taking some of that time off between semesters. Able to do that. Now a three-pointer on the way for Bailey. That just barely rims out, but he's certainly had the hot hand most of the game today and made plenty of looks from behind the arc. For St. Andrews, this one goes down as an exhibition game for them. The Bulldogs will have it count on the overall record. Lob into Spence. A lot of traffic there, but Spence waits for everybody to clear and calmly lays it in.
Well, they fronted the post, and the problem was that there was help coming from the backside, but it came way too late. First of all, it wasn't there to deny the lob over the top, and then second, after he caught it, there were 2 or 3 guys running there for backside help, and they didn't get there in time.
This is a foul called here. It goes against David Maynard, his first. Bailey trying again. He's now 0 for 3 from three-point range this half. A little miscommunication there. Spence comes up with it, finds Davis, and that ends up working out for Davis, who cashes in the open 3.
Double-digit three-pointers made for the Citadel now. That was the 10th of the night. Of course, the day started with back-to-back threes from Jason Roach to open the game.
Certainly did. Roach is watching right now, along with Hayden Brown and Tyler Moff. We'll see if we see them again. Davis with a pretty assist to Stephen Clark.
Highlight reel alley-oop from Davis to Clark. Stephen Clark will give you a couple of those highlights every night, whether on defense with block shots or a guy that can get up there and throw them down with the best of them.
Driving through, Drummond had to split Clark and Spence at the end of that run. Davis bounces it back between his legs to Maynard, who takes it right to the rack and scores.
Well, Brent Davis is starting to put together an assist highlight reel
Yeah.
for the last couple of minutes. That was between the legs, and before that, the alley-oop lob.
Now Fitzgibbons forces a turnover. And he has a highlight assist, lobbing it right to the front of the rim for Spence. St. Andrews takes a timeout as the lead has ballooned to 40. 12-0 run for the Bulldogs. 4:56 remaining in this game, presented by Pepsi.
What makes my neighborhood great? The folk, the people, always finding a way. There's a lot of talent in these streets, all grinding for an opportunity. The court is where we push each other to grow, where lessons are taught. Because when we lift each other up here, we all get better everywhere.
And that's how you change the game for good. I said that screen. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real?
Yep. We match all the cashback new card members earn at the end of their first year automatically.
Whoa, I got my money.
Sorry to contain yourself, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Well, let it go. Woo.
Get a $1 match at the end of your first year, only from Discover.
Vivid Seats, your ticket to ninth inning nail biters, third period penalty kills, fourth quarter buzzer beaters, and 57-yard game winners. Buy tickets, earn rewards with Vivid Seats. Life happens live.
Staring at fate, I'm in the lead and I'm breaking away. She want me now, but I'm making her wait.
Shop Target deals now. Save $20 when you spend $100 on select toys. Just get your offer with Target Circle. This week only at Target.
Here's Brent Davis setting up Stephen Clark earlier. Clark, 10.7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks. Heck of a stat line for him. Meanwhile, Davis has picked up 3 assists to go along with 9 points and 7 rebounds. There are a lot of players for the Citadel not far off from double-doubles. Unlikely any of them will get there, as Brody Clark has his first basket of the game. St. Andrews bringing in a lot of players during this last timeout. Maynard out there for the Citadel, and he cashes in on a 3. Garrett McCray, who had the assist a moment ago, giving the ball up to Brody Clark, who had that basket. This time it's a takeaway. Dylan Engler coming up with it for the Citadel. Maynard shot, first try, no. And now loose ball picked up by Alan Taylor. Taylor looking to go the distance, and he'll have a chance for 3 as he scores through the contact from Dylan Engler.
Garrett McCray, guy who is local from Laurinburg, North Carolina, went to Scotland High School, and the big well-known fact about Scotland High School is they have a famous kilted marching band.
Wow, that is actually impressive. You always have the great bits of trivia, but that's the first one where I'm just truly impressed by that.
Well, if you're going to be Scotland High School, you have to do something.
Oh, I mean, it makes sense.
I'm guessing they have a Scottish Terrier as a mascot as well.
Well, you had me as impressed. Now you're just making up mascots. I don't know.
That's a real dog.
There's a layup in transition for Cintel Quattlebaum, the sophomore out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, transferred in from Belmont Abbey. Here's Wakefield. That splashes right through for the freshman.
Brock Wakefield, 2 of 2 from downtown, and I don't think either one of them hit the net. Those were a couple of pure looks from Wakefield.
Quattlebaum, a little bit of contact there, and it is offensive foul against him. Final timeout here. Bulldogs leading by 40.
I told you I was going to win. Windows 11 takes gaming to another level. And when it comes to streaming movies, we haven't really experienced any buffering.
Seeing it load up that quick, I was genuinely surprised.
And the blowout continues.
Breaks the tackle. Now an Allen. He will score. Touchdown.
On December 21st, bring Bond home.
So you're not dead.
Hello, Q. I've missed you. It's the must-own film event of the year.
This is it.
IGN calls it the best Bond we've ever had. Every mission has led to this. No Time to Die on Blu-ray and DVD.
Money is power. That's why Boost Mobile finds ways to help you keep more of it, to spend on what you really want. Get 3 unlimited data lines for $30 a month each and a free Samsung Galaxy A32 5G when you switch to Boost. How's that for power? Feel the power of keeping more money in your pocket with 3 unlimited lines for $30 a month each on one of America's largest 5G networks. More power to save. Boost Mobile.
Gifts for elves, check. Now just in a dang coupon code.
Hold your reindeer, Santa. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them. Just download it to your computer. It's free. Capital One Shopping. What's in your wallet?
What are we doing here?
Scotty, college athletes can get paid now, man. I'm going back.
Oh, don't go back. Repeat after me. Watch ESPN on Hulu Plus Live TV.
Watch ESPN on Hulu Plus Live TV.
Cash and checks, kid.
Jackson Gammons heads down to throw it in to Jerry Higgins, also out on the floor for the Citadel. Dylan Engler, Brock Wakefield, and Robert Guyton has subbed in for the Bulldogs. Approaching the final 3 minutes here for this contest, as a lot of contact there, and Engler does indeed draw the foul. Foul goes against Taylor, his second. Double bonus now for the Bulldogs.
You know, I know you enjoy trivia.
I
sort
do.
of.
Well, I don't enjoy pop trivia, like pop quizzes, but I enjoy trivia in general. So fire away.
St. Andrews University,
Mm-hmm.
they have several distinguished alumni.
Okay.
But one of them was a contestant in Miss USA 2012.
Okay.
What state do you think she was Miss Blank? She ended up finishing as the second runner-up in Miss USA 2012, which I think is another word for third place.
Second runner-up, yeah.
Why they can't just say that is beyond me.
Gammons with a rebound. I'm going to eliminate North Carolina because that would be too obvious.
Very good.
So I feel like I have a 1 in 49 chance of getting this right.
That's a fact.
Three-pointer for Wakefield is good. And the Bulldogs continue to pour it on here. 99 now on the board. I will guess South Carolina.
Well, there are 2 players on the Citadel roster from this state, if that helps.
Okay. I mean, it probably does if I had a chance to look at the roster right now. There's a basketball game going on, Jason. I don't know if you saw that in front of us.
It seems like you have a roster in your hand, but...
Lob from Wakefield, and athletic play by Garrett McCray to block it. Guyton's 3 off the mark. Now Wakefield, pump fake and a step back. That misses. Battle for the rebound. Wakefield with it again. Gammons stepped on the line as he made his move. Okay, 2 players are from this state. I will guess Ohio.
Yeah, but the production staff had that first.
Oh, they did.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
son of
you
a gun.
finished second
I didn't
runner-up.
realize it was a competition.
As did Miss Ohio 2012.
Oh, yeah. Second, well, actually, that's not bad. I'll take second runner-up in a